Mr. Boo.
Hey everybody on YouTube, it is I, Mr. Boo, Entertainment Guru, and I'm here to, well, entertain you. So once again, slap the thing across the screen real quick, like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, it all helps in hell. We're here talking about Xdefiant. That is right, Xdefiant, Ubisoft's upcoming, and I mean upcoming as in a long time. This has been in purgatory forever. Like, every time we think we're getting close, nah, we're not getting close. But anyway, let's get right on into this. What is Xdefiant, you say? It is an FPS. And what is an FPS? Well, I can't say, so I'll just do this. FPS stands for First Person. I just stuck in those YouTube people when they're hiding in the bushes with the scopes, ready to FPS me out of here if I say or do the wrong thing. And I don't want that because I want to continue to entertain. So let's get on into it. This is an arcade FPS. What is an arcade FPS? Well, it is a... Whew. I thought someone was going to go whizzing by or right through me. Whew. All right, now that I've ducked and dodged the YouTube censors there, let's get into it. What is an arena FPS? Well, it's kind of like basically Call of Duty. It is a small circuited map, small area, team versus team, SHOOTER, because you're pew-pewing at each other with, as I have a lack of better terms, weapons. I didn't say the G word. I didn't say GUNS. Don't hurt me. All right. So it is a small usually three path, and then you've got the ups and downs, ways across the map, and it usually deals with things like multiplayer, confirm, I'll say, or domination is a big one in these game modes. This one has quite a few, and we'll get into that. But first, let's get into what exactly is Xdefiant. Well, it is Ubisoft's free-to-play first-person that is coming out hopefully soon. We'll have a release date. Like I said, this game has been stuck in development forever. It's been in purgatory, and last weekend I got my hands on it through April 19th through April 21st. And this game is really fun. It's really good. And I'm a big Ubisoft guy. Love Assassin's Creed. So bear with me. I'm going to be not really biased. I'll be in between because I know game companies these days. But this is a free-to-play game. So no worries there. I know it will have season passes. And we will get into that a little bit. But first, let's think about it. We have Call of Duty. We have Battlefield. We have everything in between. So what makes this game stand out? Well, free-to-play, that kind of helps. I mean, there are plenty of those out there. But a free-to-play FPS is always welcome, always. And this test was the first one that went longer than 12 to 16 hours and didn't exclude consoles. Like, consoles were involved. It was a good, heavy server test, and it went well. So we're hoping for an upcoming release date. This game stands out because, like I said, it is an arena first-person. No! Not saying it. I didn't say it. But what makes it stand out is that even though it is much like COD, it runs like a lot of the older CODs, which is fun. I love that. Miss those. What makes it different is, like I said, there's usually two teams on these small knit maps playing in these game modes. It's not FBI, it's not CIA, it's not America, Russia, German, Japan, good guys, bad guys, cops, robbers. It's factions that are IPs from other Ubisoft games. So if you are like, seriously, a Division fan, a Siege fan, a Splinter Cell fan, Far Cry fan, or a Watch Dogs fan, and speaking of all those, where is Assassin's Creed, Ubisoft? Where's my baby? Anyway, you play men or women from these factions. They're decked out and look like right up out of their games. And that's the first difference, but also what makes it different from other FPSs, such as COD, is you don't have, and again, I'm going to have to duck and dodge these YouTube snipers. You don't have KI double hockey sticks. You don't have KI double hockey stick streaks. So when you unalive so many people in a row and you get that missile or that sentry turret or that juggernaut. You don't get those. No, instead it plays a lot like Overwatch and I think Dota, League of Legends, things like that, where you have two major component things you can do that are on a timer. They're on a cooldown is what that timer is called. Let me explain. Each faction is different. Like the Division, the one thing I liked about playing them is you got two things you could choose from, and one was literally like a little drone that, you know, does napalm and then explodes. Love that thing. Get plenty of unalives with that thing. Also, you could choose one that like it just napalms an area. You've got things such as like a health revive that goes in a small area. You've got certain different things that each one can do, and they get two of them. I believe one's kind of like a tactical or some sort of grenade or something like that, like a landmine or a smoke grenade or some sort of explosive device. I think that one's okay. But anyway, they get that. They get their, you know, they get their other one like the health or whatever, or a riot shield, or just a wall shield, or they can go invisible, depending on what faction you have. But then they also have in the middle that ultimate that builds up. And again, it's on a timer called a cooldown for those of you that don't play games. Which if you're watching this, I assume you play games or at least know something about them. But that is how that works. And I love it because I love the fact that it plays different. I'm so sick of having the KD streaks, we'll say. I'm tired of having the point streaks. And then there's Battlefield where you get your equipment and it's kind of on the same thing, but it's just equipment based. It's not really like you get a special, like anything like that. Like you could throw out your drone and spot people, or like you have a sentry or things like that. It works a little different in Battlefield right now, but not quite like this. So this stands out. I love it. I love the Far Cry faction because I love healing. I love the medic in Battlefield, and I love being able to just stick myself in Call of Duty and keep going. Love being a medic. Love it. So with that, and knowing it's a free FPS, now you know there are paid things coming, cosmetics, etc. We know that. We know games nowadays. It might not be fair and it might not be justified, but in this I think it is, because Mark Rubin, the guy behind all this and his Ubisoft team, really want to put out a AAA title that's free to play, that has free stuff you can get, and basically those season passes that we know are coming, as I do believe the actual Watch Dogs people are part of season 1. They were just in the trial. They get like a little spider drone. It's really cool. But they're part of season 1. And that's how they're going to fund this game. Is it's free, buy the seasons, buy the cosmetics, game gets funded. But they're not cutting any corners. Heck, AAA companies cut corners and then make you pay for the rest of the game. They make you pay for cosmetics on a game that shouldn't even have cosmetics. So that's a plus. And like I said, these season passes, I think they're going to do great because they deal with the IPs that Ubisoft has. And I'm just going to listen here, Ubisoft. If you're listening, if the devices like our phone are listening, and we need those Assassin's Creed factions. We need it now. Heck, I'd even take Prince of Persia at this point. But hey, I'll take Watch Dogs for season 1. I'll do that. And I'll play my Far Cry, but if I don't see an assassin by the end of like year 1, I'm coming for you. But anyway, that's the factions. That's how the game works. Arena FPS, team versus team built of these factions. Everyone can pick whatever faction they want and whatever look they want between the male and females available. So let's get on to graphics and gameplay. Weapon balancing. Graphics are really wonderful. They're bright, they're vibrant. The gameplay, I think it's pretty smooth. I think it does feel like an old COD, like old COD. And that's great. I like that. I like that a lot. And that's where I think they were going for, and I think they nailed it. Now, sound is good. You can hear the footsteps really good in your headset. You can kind of tell where people are, and it's not overly done. Like I think COD is overdone. Like all I hear is footsteps. And I think Battlefield does a pretty good job. Well, Xdefiant does a really good job as well at sound. You can always tell where people are. The setup on the screen is perfect for an FPS. They know what they're doing. They've done Rainbow Six Siege, so they know what they're doing. So what does that leave us with? If the graphics are good, the gameplay is pretty solid, and I went over the factions and how the game kind of works and what an arena FPS is, well, the next thing, it would be balancing, because I already went over the graphics, bright, vibrant, good. Okay, let's get on into the next thing before I forget, because I'm very forgetful. Balancing of the weapons, or the GU.
Stop!
I didn't say the word. Anyway. There's some issues. There's some things I like. There's some things I don't like. So let's go into the I don't like first. And that is the LMGs and the, I'll say, rifles, and hope to God I don't get shot in the back. Let's just say rifles. LMGs and rifles, I feel like they're a little underpowered, or maybe it's just that's how, like, because, you know, you build your weapon as you go and it balances things out. Maybe that's the recoil, maybe that's the hitbox for those weapons. I'm not sure, but I feel like the time to unalive someone or the time to KI double hockey sticks them, it's just really not. Like, it's an LMG. Like, I mean, they're rounds like this and they're coming like, same with assault rifles. There's some of them that are just like, whoo, and they're doing pew, 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 pew. And the person's going pew, 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 and you're the one that's unalived. Now, I know those are balancing issues in every multiplayer FPS, so I'm not going to really get too far into that. Also, I didn't really care much for the DMRs. I didn't really try them very much. I tried one, and I just really could not get a single KILL at all. Sniper rifles, they work exactly the way you think they would, just like COD. Definitely nowhere like Battlefield. So there's that. And the maps are kind of small, so I don't know how I'm going to level those up, but I'm definitely dang near going to try. Now that brings me to the shotties and the SMGs. They're actually very well rounded. They are not God tier, as people say. In other games like COD and Battlefield, brr, gone, or boom, gone. Like, hey, the SMGs actually have their distance, and they do go pew, pew, pew. Yes, they have a fast fire rate, but they don't do a lot of damage. Yes, you can take one person down, but you're going to have to reload, and that person's not going to be easy to take down unless you were aiming here to here. They are very, very balanced, and same with the shotties. They are very, very balanced at distances and spread, and I like that. And another thing I'll add is the one rifle I did like, and you did really good, Ubisoft, bringing back the old school 3-round burst of an M16. That is great. People are going to hate that, much like they did on COD with the AUG and the M16 on the older CODs. Now that I have talked about everything from what an arena FPS is, what Xdefiant itself is, what takes it and makes it different, graphics, balancing, sound, all of that, let's get into the last thing I need to talk about. They allowed us to play every single game mode. Now, game modes are important in arena FPSs because that is the objective, and I love to play the objective, or PTFO, and I don't have to tell you what the heck that stands for because I definitely will get mowed down by the YouTube people.
Hey guys.
I just said PTFO. I just said they know what it means. Anyway, let's get into it. We have two linear modes, and one of them is escort. And like I said before, with the double things, the two things that are on cooldowns, and the super or ultimate that's on cooldown, much like Overwatch, we have a mode called escort. And escort sees a big giant, not really like a giant, but like a big robot that kind of looks like an AT-AT rejection from the Star Wars movies. It looks like he went in for the audition, didn't quite get it. It's walking towards a destination, and you are either trying to stop it and back it up, or you're the people walking next to it in the circle, defending it as it moves forward. Straightforward concept, pun intended. Unless you are losing, then straight backward? Back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up. Because that, the team told you so. And the other one, I'm taking a look at zone control. And the reason I wrote this down is I get it confused with Occupy, which I'll get into later. But zone control is another, as they call, linear game, and it's on linear maps. This mode is much like Rush. Or I think COD may have done something with it where you capture the 2 zones. If you capture the 2 zones, you are pushed back or you advance, depending on if you are attacking or defending. So if you're attacking, you move forward, defending, you move back until eventually you either stop them with the amount of tickets or lives they have, or they end up occupying, capturing, and controlling all of your zones. Not a big fan of that one. Not a big fan of Escort. Here's what I'm a fan of. I am actually a fan of Domination. That has always been my game of choice on COD, Battlefield, etc. If there's a domination to be dominated, I'm dominating it. Basically, if you know what it is, you know. If you don't, let me break it down for you. You got flag A, flag B, flag C. You gotta control those flags throughout the match as much as possible. And the person with the highest score for controlling those 3 areas by the end of the game is the team that wins. Domination. Dominate. That's all it is. You have to dominate the map by holding 3 points as much as you can while defending and attacking the other team. And that brings me to one that I'm not too happy about, and it's Occupy. I mean, it's basically just hardpoint from COD. And, you know, you get into the hardpoint or the area that you're supposed to control. It's a zone. And after a while, that zone moves to another area. I didn't like it in Call of Duty, and I don't like it here. And basically, you have to get points by holding and defending those points while they're there, and then running and doing the same at the other point until your points accumulate to where game over, man. Game over. And your team wins or loses. Basically, it's hardpoint from COD for those of who in Whoville that know what I'm talking about when I say hardline from COD. And last but not least, what I'm going to touch on as far as game modes is a game mode that is another game mode taken from COD. And it is basically, if you are a COD player, it is KI double hockey sticks confirmed. That's right. You have to confirm your unalives by picking up dog tags. Now that's the Call of Duty version. Let's talk about Xdefiant's version here. That's right. It's called Hot Shot, and it is hot. It is on point with being fun. The fun factor here is that you're not only taking people down with your weapons and collecting their tags and being like, oh, our team got the most. No. Yes, that is what you're doing. But for each hot shot you obtain, you gain those points, much like taking someone's dog tags. But as you accumulate these tags, and as the enemy accumulates these tags, or these hotshot coins, or whatever they are, I can't quite remember, I think they're coins, you actually become something called the hotshot, or they do. And the hotshot gets to be faster, quicker in almost every way, and I think he's a little harder to take down, to unalive. He's like a super soldier. He goes Captain America on you, and the team can have more than one. And then, you know, they get double the points for every coin collected. It's fun. It's kind of like they took that adrenaline mode from COD and mixed it with KI double hockey sticks confirmed. And literally we're just like, oh, hey, here's this baby that these two things combined made. Hot Shot is like one of my favorite game modes. It is insanely fun. It's crazy. It can get a little frustrating, but I love it. Domination and Hot Shot are my 2 favorite modes. And Occupy, I can take or leave it, but I really don't like Escort, and I'm not really fond on Zone Control either because of some of the map designs. Maybe they need to work that out later. But now I've covered everything I can possibly think of. Xdefiant, I played for 3 days. My videos might not be up on Twitch anymore, but I do live stream over on Twitch as Mr. Boo Guru. Link in the description down below. But they are also on a list here on YouTube called My Twitch Streams, or Mr. Boo's Twitch Streams, or just Twitch Streams, but it's Twitch Streams nonetheless. You can go and watch me play it and have a good time. I'm going to stream it when it comes out. Definitely, if I can do it night 1, I'm going to be there. Link in the description down below for my Twitch, as I am playing currently House Flipper 2. as well as other simulation games on my Saturdays, because it's a thing I'm doing, Simulation Saturday. And I'm also getting my butt scared out of me, my butt scared off of me, and the crap scared out of me while playing Alone in the Dark. I'm going through my first playthrough. I'm going to hit a second playthrough there. But Xdefiant, I will be playing that over there as well. So link in the description below for my Twitch, also for my TikTok, and my other channel here on YouTube, which I'm going to get back on and start working on. Promises, promises, promises. I'm trying. But right here, as always, I've been Mr. Boo Entertainment Guru. Thank you so much. And if I had to put a last statement on this game here, this Ubisoft game, hopefully we get a release soon. It is very fun to play. It's really cool to be able to play the different factions. I think they're onto something here, and hopefully as they've treated it like their baby, like their precious newborn child, they will continue to do that after launch and definitely be there for us fans, because that's what we need in gaming. So like, you know, Xdefiant is now out. I'm Mr. Boo Entertainment Guru. Look at all my links in the description down below. Like, subscribe, ring a bell, or just, you know, come back next time when I talk about what I thought of the Fallout series, because also over the 19th through the 21st, not only did I play a game, but I watched this show on Amazon Prime about a game, and it's certified Rotten Tomato Fresh, and it's certified Boo Fresh. So I'm going to talk about that too. I'll see you in the next one, everybody, because if I don't leave, I'm going to keep talking. I'm Mr. Boo Entertainment Guru, and I'm out.